Hello, hello. Thanks for joining me today. This will be a very brief um, channel, and how it came through, well, it's coming through still, but how it seems is that we need to really focus on kindness toward ourselves and how we speak to ourselves. How we're the center of our attention, how we think about others, how we think about ourselves. We are the center of our attention. And when we give ourselves unwanted attention, our vibration will sink. Okay. And by that, I mean, if we are saying things that are unkind of others to ourselves, then we are the ones who are hearing it. And our vibrational offering, our body offering, doesn't know any different. It doesn't know any different. It's like the universe. We are consciousness incarnate. All right? Consciousness incarnate. So we are one. And in our connection, when we speak of others in a diminishing or derogatory way inside of our cellular memory, it holds a charge that will attach to trauma that we've experienced. Maybe we were called stupid when we were growing up, and we use that word around other people, right? They do stupid work, they do stupid this, they are stupid, but we don't say it out loud because we wouldn't want that said to us. But here we are saying it directly to us. And part of it is that diminishes your vibrational offering because it redirects your focus of energy. And now you can listen to many different things. Like, let's say you're spiraling and you're just going and going and going and going, and there's no end in sight, and you're deep in your rabbit hole, and you've gathered so much evidence to show you what a shitty life you're having. Oh, sorry. I really am trying not to swear. We'll see how it goes. And you're not trying to have like a really bad experience, but this is what continues to support you as this vibration keeps showing up. Okay? The idea is to look inside yourself and ask, what words am I using to describe my experience? My experience of you, my experience of me, my physical experience, because the words have frequency. We feel and we think, which is energetic information, and how those words resonate with us allows our authenticity, our authenticness to come through. And the closer that we get to understanding who we are in a kind and compassionate way, to where we're more accepting that we're in an experience, possibly a situation where we have a choice as to whether or not we want to stay in it and allow the sustain of the frequency that we are experiencing to continue undisturbed with no distortion, or we will begin to gather evidence to show ourselves why we do not wish to be there or we don't belong there. Usually, when we begin to gather the evidence, it will start mostly from another expression of desire. It will be maybe to tweak whatever it is that we're doing and make it a little better. It might be, oh, I'm done with this, I want to do that. And we won't be giving ourselves permission in our choice to segue from this space into another space. And it's really just an energetic redirection of focus. Okay? So when you stop and you're still and you've been feeding yourself a steady diet of positivity, positive words, kindness, compassion, more people like that will show up in your life. It is the law of attraction. You're corresponding with the universe using energy as magnet, and you are the vibrational signal for the dial on the radio to receive that which you ask for. Okay? That which is like itself is drawn, is the law of attraction. So if you are miserable, you will receive more miserable. Okay? If you are happy, you will receive more happiness. All right? The idea is to understand that the words that you use to describe your experience allow you to approve and give permission to yourself for the choices that you've made, or to shame yourself and hold yourself in a space of expectation that will never be met. Okay? These are hard things to hear sometimes because we don't pay attention a lot to the words that we use with other people. We're ready to answer. And if you just breathe a little bit, just breathe a little bit, it will give you an understanding, lets you come into your body. If you can have a feeling and a thought and connect them, like gratitude, compassion, kindness, like feel kindness and think kindness, and that'll change the direction of how your cellular traffic in its charge shows up for you. When you can do the heart math is what it's called, heart math. Okay. And that is allowing something cognizant that you understand to become an internal emotional sensory experience. That's what it is. So you would choose maybe a word. All right. I like gratitude because I was taught gratitude. There's another one, beauty. Beauty is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful world. Wonderful word. Okay. And world. And what you do is you bring the word to your awareness in your cognitive sense, and you begin to think of things and maybe experiences, and you bring them into an emotional connection with your other brain, your heart brain. Okay? So you have your cognitive cranial brain, and you're bringing the energy of that connection and thought down into your heart brain. And your heart brain translates it using DNA strands to self-regulate your emotional body. And in so doing, when they connect, all 30 plus trillion cells come to life or come online, I'll say. That allows your body, your nervous system, to reset to such a degree that you go automatically into mindfulness because you're fully present. You breathe deeper, your body relaxes, your hormones don't drop from like cortisol doesn't drop in there because you're stressed or you're scattered or you have chaos, and you have more clarity. You feel as though you have more space, more time, more you. Okay? And when we get wrapped up in whatever it is that we are doing or experiencing, we're merely in a version of a perception that we're telling ourselves. Sometimes those experiences are not great. And those not great experiences, you can't gloss over. That's what creates the high charge of emotional memory in your cells when you're doing shadow work or inner work. Okay? They're traumas or tragedies that you've experienced in one way or another, and you're bringing them to illumination. You're showing them to yourself, and you're allowing yourself to be okay. to be okay from where you are today, and to love yourself for where you were then. A lot of times we have a tendency to shame ourselves from where we're at right now. I should have known better. I never would have made that choice. Well, hell no. When I was 3 years old, I probably wouldn't have made the same choice I made today. Okay? Let's put it in a good understanding, right? Level out for yourself, level out. Really see yourself in the age when you made the decision that you're dissatisfied with. Go into that age and love yourself for being able to make a decision no matter what it was, no matter what the outcome was. Allow yourself to understand that you learned, and nobody knows. There's not one person that knows until they step into the experience what all the manifestations are going to be. And it changes. It shifts and changes and shifts and changes. And we make decisions based on those situations that present themselves. We gather more information depending on what resonates and what doesn't resonate, what's dissonant, what feels resistant. Sometimes our resistance has to do with the amount of inner work that we've done, where we've created a construct of safety. If you have a young trauma, usually you will have created something that keeps you safe. So anytime this particular style of energy comes toward you, it could be like somebody on the street coming up to you and asking you for something, and you're not prepared to be giving. All right? And it doesn't matter what they do, it doesn't matter. But because you're in a different vibrational offering, okay, their ask is going to feel resistant to you. No matter what the outcome is of that particular interaction, you will go into your experiential self, and you will start to investigate why you made the choices that you made in this particular experience. What caused me to do that? Why did I act like that? How come I couldn't be like this? Why couldn't I be more open? And that's only from one moment to the last moment. So you can imagine how many times we've shamed ourselves from where we're at to where we were. The idea is to love yourself from where you're at to where you've been and to where you're going. That gives you the freedom in a choice banquet that will allow you to be empowered and the master, I guess is a good word, the master of the energy that you are experiencing. You are the vibration you're experiencing. How you can change that vibrational offering is through thought and emotion. When you choose emotions and thoughts that go together, you create a connection that physiologically changes the makeup of your body and allows all those full charges of trauma to show all the way up and dial down. And you ease inside of your body. So the next time something shows up, it won't be quite so eminent, right? I have to do it this way. This is the only thing I know. Because there's so many choices in every situation, no matter what the situation is. And not all the choices have outcomes that we would like to choose. And that is the case. So the idea is to stand far enough away from the energy you're getting ready to experience, the next experience, right? Bless the experience that you're in, all right? And tell it thank you because you learned, and you're letting go of your energy. You're pulling back your energy so that you can feel and experience satisfaction, knowing that you have been all the way in that experience. You just keep bringing the energy back to you and you bless the experience. That means you get to keep all of the information. You don't have to hold it. It's in your Akashic records. It's ready for you anytime you'd like. Yet the charge isn't so diabolical as to sway you in one way or the other. And that allows you to feel that empowerment of choice. Okay? I love you guys, and I hope that everything works out for you. The ChatGPT prompt that I put up there, I gave to another individual today, and I thought it was a good one because it's one that I use. I use a lot of different tools to pull myself out of spirals that feel downward. Oh, Lord, like whirlpools that are sucking me in and I'm never going to get out. That's how it feels sometimes. Sometimes it's so flippin' bad, okay, that I don't even know if I want to get out. And I keep gathering information to tell me how awful it is because that is my vibe. Sometimes I go to sleep. That's the easiest way. And sometimes I'll wake up with exactly what I went to sleep with. So there's another little thing that we teach around here, and I'm going to teach it to you right now. So that way tonight, when you get ready to go to bed and you want to allow yourself maybe a reset, a good reset. Like let's say today was a little bit difficult. All right. Here's a great reset for you. You sit in your bed just before you're ready to go to sleep, like with your legs and you're all under the covers and everything. Don't lay down yet because we don't want to take any of our thoughts with us to the pillow. All right. So sit up for this portion. Be present. And then you close your eyes and you imagine a huge whiteboard in front of you. All right. And you just start taking all of today and throwing it up there. And man, some of that shit is nasty. Okay. Some of it is like, oh my God, I can't even believe I went through that. How blah, 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 whatever the privileged perception is, right? Throw it all up on the board. Just throw it all up on the board until you feel like you've exhausted everything that's on your mind and everything that's in your heart. Okay? Then what you do is you imagine an eraser. For me, I have a big board, so I have like one of those really long, big erasers from the old school years. Okay? That's the kind of eraser I have. Don't get a little one and think you're going to do this all at once because that's not how it works. So only do this at night because it relaxes your mind and your body to such a degree that melatonin drops. All right? It's a hack. All right. So the idea is to take the eraser and begin to swipe the board in big, broad strokes. And at first, you may get a whole swipe of white to where it's all clean and everything. And that shit's going to fill in. There's a lot of stuff you threw up there. Give yourself a break. You got a lot to erase. You have a lot to let go of. Okay? So just keep swiping back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until it is all white. Make sure you get all the corners. Make sure you keep your eyes closed and breathe through it. And you'll find at the very end of the exercise that you feel very centered and you'll be able to sleep really, really well. One of the first things that you want to do when you wake up is say thank you. Eyes pop open, say thank you. The first time you see yourself in a reflection, say I love you. Breathe with purpose. Breathe like you are gathering all the psychic debris that you don't want inside. And as you express your breath, it is leaving. All right? Incorporate these practices into your daily routine and it makes it easy. Grounding in the morning, think about your feet hitting the soil. All right? Picture that for yourself when you're grounding. Allow yourself to really come into connection with Mother Earth. And then you're going to have great days ahead because you're plugged into you. All right? I wish you guys many, many blessings. And my 100 words were fantastic. And I'm going to probably weave several more of them into my daily conversations because it's such a great idea to use lyrical, melodic, harmonious, loving, compassionate phrasing to describe my experience and who I am. I love you guys. I hope that you have a really great evening, and I'll see you next Sunday. Thank you.